Have you ever wondered why some people suffer from severe anemia despite leading a healthy lifestyle? These individuals may be battling a genetic disorder known as thalassemia. It's a condition that doesn't discriminate based on what you eat, how much you exercise, or any of your daily habits. It's a part of your genetic code, a trait passed down from your parents, and it's responsible for causing severe anemia. Thalassemia is a mystery hidden within our genes, a puzzle waiting to be solved. It's a story written in the language of our DNA, a tale of how even the smallest genetic changes can have a profound impact on our lives. Unlike common anemia, which can be managed through diet and supplements, thalassemia is a lifelong condition. It's a challenge that individuals with this condition face every single day. So thalassemia is not just another type of anemia, it's a lifelong challenge. Diving deeper, what exactly is thalassemia? Thalassemia, simply put, is a blood disorder, but let's not stop there. This condition is inherited, meaning it's passed down from parents to children through genes. It disrupts the normal production of hemoglobin. You might remember from biology class that hemoglobin is a protein in our red blood cells that carries oxygen to all parts of the body. So when hemoglobin production is off-kilter, it leads to a lack of oxygen in many parts of the body, which can cause a host of health problems. Now, thalassemia comes in several types, the most common being alpha and beta thalassemia, named after the part of the hemoglobin molecule that's affected. Alpha thalassemia occurs when one or more of the 4 genes needed to make alpha globin, a component of hemoglobin, are missing or mutated. Beta thalassemia, on the other hand, happens when similar mutations affect the production of the beta globin. If you're wondering about the severity, it varies. Some people with thalassemia have no symptoms and require no treatment, while others may experience severe health problems and need regular blood transfusions. So how does this affect the body's ability to produce red blood cells? Well, the lack of hemoglobin means the body's red blood cells can't function properly. They become fragile and prone to rupture. This leads to fewer red blood cells and less oxygen being delivered to the body's tissues, a condition known as anemia. In severe cases, thalassemia can cause organ damage, growth delays in children, and even heart problems. But remember, not everyone with thalassemia experiences these severe symptoms. It all depends on how many genes are mutated and the type of mutations. In essence, thalassemia is a genetic condition that throws a wrench into the body's production of hemoglobin and red blood cells, leading to a range of potential health problems. Understanding thalassemia helps us appreciate the complexity of our body's systems and the importance of genetics. Through this understanding, we can better navigate the health challenges it poses and work towards more effective treatments. Thalassemia is not contagious, it's genetic. But what does that mean? Well, to understand this, we need to delve a little into the world of genetics. Our body is made up of cells, and within each cell there are chromosomes. These chromosomes are like the body's blueprint, carrying all the information needed to make a human being. This information is stored in our genes, which are segments of our DNA. Now, when it comes to thalassemia, the issue lies in one of these genes. Specifically, the genes that are responsible for producing hemoglobin, a protein in our red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. In individuals with thalassemia, these genes are mutated or altered, which disrupts the normal production of hemoglobin. So how does one inherit thalassemia? The answer lies in the type of thalassemia, namely alpha or beta. If we're talking about alpha thalassemia, the condition occurs when one or more of the 4 genes required to make alpha globin, a component of hemoglobin, are missing or mutated. In the case of beta thalassemia, it's the beta globin genes that are affected. The severity of thalassemia depends on how many genes are mutated and what specific mutations they have. If both parents are carriers of the thalassemia trait, there's a chance their child will inherit the disease. It's important to understand that being a carrier doesn't necessarily mean you will show symptoms of thalassemia, but you can pass the mutated gene to your children. Thalassemia is a complex condition, and its inheritance isn't as straightforward as some other genetic conditions. It's a combination of the number of affected genes, the specific type of mutation, and the interplay between these factors that determine the severity of thalassemia in each individual. Thalassemia, therefore, is a roll of the genetic dice, a game of chance played out in our DNA. How do we recognize thalassemia? What are the telltale signs? These questions are vital when it comes to identifying this blood disorder. The symptoms of thalassemia can be subtle or severe, depending on the type and severity of the condition a person has. One of the most common symptoms is fatigue. This isn't just a general feeling of tiredness, it's a profound exhaustion that doesn't improve with rest. This fatigue results from the body's struggle to provide enough oxygen to its cells and tissues, which is one of the primary functions of healthy red blood cells. Next, we have weakness, which is closely related to fatigue. People with thalassemia often feel weak and might have difficulty performing everyday tasks. This weakness, like fatigue, results from the lack of oxygen reaching the body's tissues. Another symptom that people with thalassemia may experience is pale or yellowish skin. This is due to the reduced number of red blood cells and the breakdown of existing ones, causing a condition known as hemolytic anemia. This can also lead to a yellowing of the whites of the eyes, a symptom known as jaundice. One of the more visible signs of thalassemia, particularly in children, is facial bone deformities. These deformities occur when the body tries to produce more blood cells to compensate for the ones that are missing or malfunctioning. This can lead to abnormal bone growth, particularly in the face and skull. It's important to remember that these symptoms can vary greatly from person to person. Some people may show no symptoms at all, while others may experience severe complications. The type and severity of thalassemia a person has can greatly affect the presence and intensity of these symptoms. While these symptoms can be alarming, they are also the key to diagnosing and managing thalassemia. Recognizing them early on can lead to timely treatment, which can significantly improve the quality of life for those living with this condition. So, let's remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these symptoms is the first step towards managing thalassemia effectively. Is there a cure for thalassemia? How can it be managed? These are the common questions that arise when one first learns about this genetic blood disorder. Now let's dive into the current treatments available for thalassemia. At present, there's no definitive cure for thalassemia. However, numerous treatments can effectively manage the symptoms and significantly improve the quality of life. The most common form of treatment is regular blood transfusions. These transfusions replenish the body's supply of healthy red blood cells, helping to maintain adequate oxygen levels and mitigate symptoms. In addition to blood transfusions, medication plays a crucial role in managing thalassemia. Iron chelation therapy, for instance, is commonly used to prevent the buildup of iron in the body, a side effect that can occur due to frequent blood transfusions. This medication aids in removing excess iron from the body, helping to prevent organ damage. In severe cases of thalassemia, a stem cell or bone marrow transplant might be recommended. This procedure replaces the patient's bone marrow, the part of the body that produces blood cells, with healthy stem cells from a compatible donor. It's a complex and risky procedure, but has the potential to completely cure thalassemia. It's important to note that the treatment plan for thalassemia varies depending on the severity of the condition and the patient's overall health. Regular checkups and constant communication with healthcare providers are vital to ensure the most effective management of the condition. While these treatments can't entirely eradicate thalassemia, they have significantly improved the lives of those affected by this disorder. And, with continuous research and advancements in medical technology, we remain hopeful for more effective treatments or even a cure in the future. While the journey with thalassemia can be challenging, advancements in treatment are making life better for those affected. So while thalassemia may pose a significant challenge, remember that you are not alone, and there's a whole world of medical professionals and supportive communities ready to help. Today, we've journeyed into the world of thalassemia. We've navigated through the mysteries of this genetic disorder, unraveling its definition as a blood condition that affects the body's ability to produce hemoglobin and red blood cells. We've understood its causes, tracing back to inherited genes from parents that dictate how our bodies make hemoglobin. We've recognized the symptoms, some subtle while others more pronounced, ranging from fatigue and weakness to more severe complications like organ damage. We've also explored the various treatment options available today, from blood transfusions and iron chelation therapy to promising genetic therapies on the horizon. Through our exploration, we hope to have shed light on thalassemia, making it less of a mystery and more of a manageable condition. It's through understanding that we can foster empathy, compassion, and support for those living with thalassemia. Remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand about conditions like thalassemia, the better we can support those living with it every day.